something happening here.
Shoot, goddammit, shoot!
Saw!
Ready, man, get some smoke up. I'm already on it!
Saw!
Fuck! The fuck you doing? Suppressing fire!
That have to do? It could be.
Fall back!
The role everybody wants to play, but only a few truly masters. I'm HixDK, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to play the sniper, and how to get the 2 achievements, White Feather and Miss Saigon. But before getting to the fun part, we need to take a look at our settings. So click on Settings. Under Weapons we have Enable Manual Bolt Action. When this is not checked, the game will automatically reload every bolt action rifle after a shot. But as a sniper this is not a particularly good thing, because every time you shoot, you will briefly lose the sight of your target. But if it's checked, then you have control and you can see how your shot landed before reloading by clicking on the fire button again. Observe how I wait to reload until I know the impact of my bullet. Also, you can reload faster than the game can by doing it manually. Here's a comparison. The first 5 shots are the game reloading for you. And here we're doing it ourselves. Next setting is more for a personal taste. Use Red 02 style reticle for Mosin Nagant sniper. When not checked, the scope should look like this, where the crosshair is at the top. This is more historical accurate. But if you choose the Red August 2 version, the crosshair will be in the center. Remember, this is only for the Mosin Nagant sniper. When you're done, push apply to save your settings. Then go back to soldier and start putting together your marksman uniform for all the factions. Here's a good example of how not to dress as a marksman. But what if I told you you're not looking at 1, but 2? Can you spot the other one? Maybe if he stands up. As a marksman, we don't want to be seen, so do the best you can in cosmetics to make him blend in the environment. If you've done it right, the enemy will not notice your presence, which is kind of what we're going for, and if you're lucky, he just might walk past you. There are different types of sniper rifles in this game, but to make it simple, I would say there are 3 types. Bolt action rifle, semi-automatic rifle, and a suppressed rifle. Depending on which faction you are, you will get access to different ones. Some of the rifles you can even equip the bayonet, but if you're playing the role right, you won't be needing it. Now since this role is so popular, people with the fastest computers and internet connections will be the one to get it. That means that sometimes when you're playing the role, you will have a shadow, somebody who never gets to play it and therefore will hang around and wait for you to die so they can pick up that rifle and finally get some sweet sniper action time. Or maybe not. When you get in a match as a sniper, you won't be rushing the objective like everybody else, but rather get out on the flanks or behind enemy lines to harass the enemy. This is the one role where being a lone wolf will actually benefit your team. If If you succeed getting behind enemy lines without being spotted, you will come across some very interesting things. High ground with a line of sight down to the objective is to prefer. Ask yourself if you have been in a match where somebody on your team was yelling, "Don't go left, there is an enemy sniper," and then you just kept to the right. Amazing how one sniper can keep an entire flank clear. In this clip, I have positioned myself between two objectives, and even those I'm playing with don't know where I am. Just listen to the conversation.
You're playing a sniper, huh?
Yeah.
Are you in a building in the middle, next to the
Nope.
bridge?
We have lost Bravo.
Where are you hiding?
At a really sweet spot. You'll see it when the video comes out.
We are taking Bravo.
Purple house?
No.
Ah, Hex. Uncool, man.
I'm sorry, Cold.
Yeah, but I bet I joined your team right now. There's a slot open.
Alpha
Ah,
is
I
being
know where you are.
You do?
Echo 6 Hex.
No, not Echo 6.
Not
Ah,
anymore.
man.
Delta 6.
No, a lot closer.
63 kills. X! What the fuck are you doing?
And it's just the first round.
Play a marksman on the south side. The same rules apply, only here you can come across tunnels. If this happens, try to remove them. If it's not possible, keep them under fire. This would basically make the tunnel unusable for the enemy. And speaking about tunnels, some snipers prefer having their own personal tunnel. If you're one of those, do your team a favor and pick the last squad. Rename it to imply that you're not planning on doing any squad leading. You're just doing it to get your own tunnel out on the flanks. Throughout history, Marksman has been famous for pulling off magnificent shots. To do this, we need a steady aim. So I'm just coming back from running a lap in full sprint, and then I'm gonna try to aim. As you can see, my sight is all over the place as my character is gasping for air. So let's give him a little breather and try again. When our breathing is relaxed, our aim is a little more steady. And the sitting position is even better. But of course, going prone will be the best option. Notice the symbol that showed up on your screen. When you see this, it means that your rifle is being stabilized on something, and that's what we want. So to stabilize your rifle, you can use the landscape, something horizontal. But it can also be something vertical, like a tree, something to lean up against. The last thing you can do to steady your aim is to hold your breath. No matter your position, your aim will be dead on. But you can't hold your breath for long, so make it count. This role requires a lot of patience, and sometimes that means you have to crawl for a long time to make sure you're not being spotted by the enemy before you reach your destination. People playing this game usually aren't that patient, but as a sniper you have to be, and it will pay off. So let's talk about that long shot. After all, this is how we prefer doing our fighting. The game has bullet drop, which means on a long distance shot I have to adjust my scope by using the mouse wheel. If I aim at the bottom now, I should miss. But if I adjust my scope and aim at the same place, the next shot should be a hit. So if I adjust my scope to the max range and aim at the top, I should miss again. Let's dial it back to 185 and try again.
Outstanding, Private Pyle. I think we finally found something that you do well. Sir, yes, sir.
Remember, the different rifles are not preset on the same distance, so get to know your rifle before you start shooting. See how I adjust my sight before taking the shot. You can also adjust simple by aiming higher or lower compared to where your bullet drops. Sometimes when you're engaging a target far away, you can see him, but not the cover he's actually sitting behind.
Scout, report in.
Before leaving the subject of a distant kill, I did promise to show you how to get the achievement White Feather. To get it, we need to kill an enemy at least 250 meters away, and we have to use the XM21 sniper rifle. For me, I got it on the map Tochi, standing on the top of the police station in Alpha, aiming down between Delta and Echo. And remember to adjust your sight. If you are wondering where the achievement is inspired from, it's probably from Carlos Hathcock, one of the most famous snipers during the Vietnam War, who earned the nickname the White Feather. Shooting at a moving target is not easy and requires practice. It really depends on the distance and speed your target is moving in. Don't shoot where he is, but where he's gonna be.
We have a lost Charlie.
Now let's talk about relocating. In reality, a sniper wouldn't stay long in one position.
Fuck.
But in this game, the maps aren't that big, and there's a lot of players, so sometimes changing location can be more dangerous than just staying put. I'm not saying you never should relocate, because you most definitely should, but if your position hasn't been noticed, there's nothing wrong but sticking around a little longer. Another important thing is that we want to be alone, so if somebody is standing too close, they are giving away our position, and then it's time to relocate. When you're moving around as a VC sniper looking for the enemy, your commander can actually help you by calling in scouts.
Scout, report in.
When he does, Check your map to see where the enemy is, but if the enemy calls in a recon plane to see where your guys are, you can hide from it by crouching or going prone. When you do this, black leaves will appear on your screen. As long as they're there, the recon plane can't see you. The same thing goes for the Loach helicopter. As long as you're sitting still or prone with black leaves, it cannot spot you. Remember, this is only the North Vietnamese team who has this ability. Another way your team can help you out is by spotting the enemy. When they do, it will show up as red crosses on your screen. Of course, we prefer a clean kill, but there are some walls in this game you can penetrate with your rifle. Use this if you know the enemy is sitting on the other side. Now, because your scope is sitting that much higher on your rifle compared to your iron sight, you are running a small risk of shooting into cover directly in front of you. But if you move closer, the game will tell you that you do not have a clear shot. But if you're not close enough, it won't. So keep this in mind before you open fire. As a North Vietnamese sniper, you are also armed with a tripwire trap. This can be quite handy to cover your back when you found the location you wish to snipe from. Marksman on the south side, however, is armed with a claymore. Unfortunately, you have to discharge it manually, which means you're not gonna be doing a whole lot of sniping with this thing set up. But it is quite useful to remove tunnels that you come across out on those flanks. If you find yourself on a night map on the North Vietnamese side, get your hands on the SVD Dragunov. It has a special feature as the only rifle in this game. Illuminating sight. And you can even toggle it on and off as you wish. To get this to work, click on Settings, Key Bindings, and then scroll down to Weapons and Tactics. In the bottom you will find it, Toggle Scope Illumination. If you are on the south side, I would go for the suppressed XM21. Since it has no muzzle flash. If the enemy gets too close, push the button Change Fire Mode while you are aiming. It will switch from the scope to the rifle's iron sight. But be warned, not all the rifle has an iron sight, so when you push the button Change Fire Mode, you will instead be looking over the scope, and it will make it hard to hit the enemy. To help you out, look through the scope, change fire mode, and don't move. Now you have an idea where your bullet's gonna land.
4 inches from your chest, Kyle! 4 inches!
As a marksman or sniper, we are also armed with a pistol, so keep it handy when the enemy gets real close. If the terrain is open and you have line of sight, it's okay to move with your rifle in hand, but if not, you should switch to pistol. The reason is, you do not want to get in close combat with your sniper rifle in hand. The chance of you hit anything while shooting from the hip is zero. I said you have no chance of hitting while shooting from the hip. So stop shooting the sniper rifle from your hips, guys. Sniper versus sniper. With everything I have taught you in this video, there is a chance that the enemy sniper is thinking the exact same way, so keep an eye out for him. And if you get under sniper fire and you're close to allies, their characters will yell it out, giving you a heads up.
I want a spy too. Oh shit.
Get down, get down.
Come back. I do suppressing fire.
If the enemy sniper is good, your team will appreciate you a lot more if you can take them out.
Our snipers should clear the water tower and not pissing around.
I guess I can't drag it out anymore, so let's take a look at the other achievement, Miss Saigon. To get it, we need to suppress 8 enemy soldiers without hitting any one of them with a single shot from the M1D Garand sniper rifle. I got mine in Firebase Georgina in campaign mode as the AREN. I realized that the two teams are starting right in front of each other, so I picked a sniper and, well, I got lucky. But when it comes to this achievement, I guess you have to be.
And Roy Nate, spread out all over the north side of the camp, form a nice line of fire. Come on, get in the camp, guys.
If you don't know what it means to be suppressed, it's when your screen get all blurry, like in this clip here.
We have a lost eagle.
Now before I leave you, I do want to show you one last thing, a short gameplay that covers some of the things we've been talking about in this video. The map is 2G. I'm armed with one tripwire trap, pistol, and my old trusted Mosin Nagant sniper rifle. The American team are attacking and they have secured Alpha, Bravo and Charlie. Now I'm out on the flank at Bravo, left behind enemy lines, and I've just been lying there still for a couple of minutes, letting the Americans believe that Bravo is cleared.
So we drop in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
We have a lost eagle.
Fuck. What is this?
Now I don't want to be drawing any attention to myself, so if I shoot, it has to hit.
Scout will be up in 5 seconds.
The way the Americans are moving, it doesn't seem like they have noticed me yet. It's like I said, this rule is all about patience.
Hey, we need to move back, Toxic.
Missed. There we go.
We are taking echo.
The American has called in their recon plane to spot our positions, but I have black leaves on my screen, so it can't see me. Now he definitely saw me, so it's time to relocate. When he respawns, he knows where to go, so I have to find a new position.
Artillery coming in on spot leader
Oh,
6 mark.
taking fire.
F-
They definitely know where I am now. Gonna put up a tripwire trap. If they follow me, this can cover my back. Switch to pistol for close combat. Huh. Close one. If I can get to those buildings, I might have a chance.
Barrage
Ah,
inbound.
look out.
Take cover.
There goes the trap. Now I just need to reload my rifle, then I'll be good to go again. Well, I guess that's as far as I go. If I only could choose one word to describe this role, it would be patience. I'm HixTK, and good luck to you in the future getting your hands on that rifle.